YouTube, what is good? We're back. This is something different for y'all. I had a shoe come in for a legit check, and there's very spooky stuff going on right now with this particular pair. I want to show the community what to look for if you're looking to shop for these, if you think you found a deal on them. Just some things that personally I think you should look for, because honestly, if you don't have this pair next to a real pair, it's very hard to tell the difference. So as you can see, we have two boxes right next to each other. Maybe you guys can see some differences, maybe you guys can't. I guess I won't reveal which pair is not real yet, but to my knowledge, one of these pairs is not 100% authentic. That is the top look at the box. Now we will look at the bottom of the boxes in case you guys see any differences. One thing that you can notice is the color seems to be a little bit different, especially on the top, especially on the logos. Me personally, right away, one thing that I realize is one shoe is black going around. One shoe is kind of black, but it's a little more gray. I'm not sure if the camera can catch that, but it's just a very interesting difference there. So then we open up both of the boxes, and as you can see, this box right here, there are some stamps that are stamped, and this box right here as well, there are some stamps that are stamped. But we have to go into the sneaker, and I guess I'll let you know which one is real and which one isn't real. If you couldn't notice, the one that is not real is the one that is more faded right here. As you can see, this is more grayish. We have more of a shiny black outlay there on the ring. This pair right here doesn't look good. Now, when we go to the actual sneaker, we could bring these out. There's definitely a couple things you could look for, and one of them is pretty easy to look at when you have the knowledge of what's going on, and that's really the thing, guys. This type of knowledge is very hard to find, because even me, I had no ideas that the fakes were going to be this good. All the Undefeated should come with this card right here. I'm going to put that in front of the real pair, and then we're going to put the card in front of the assumed fake pair. Now, if you take a step back and look at these two cards, or you have both of the cards in person, you'll quickly realize they're basically different colors. One is more shiny, one's more of a matte, kind of faded look to it, and it kind of goes the same for the actual sneaker. If you look at the different colors and shades of green, the fake pair literally tries to get those glue stains and issues. The fake pair does have good suede, as you can see, but I don't know if your eyes could catch that. They definitely have slightly different tones to them, but it's very, very close. Other things to look at from the fakes and the reals is the cage. As you can see on the real pair, the cage is kind of more glossy. The finger slides above it, and then you go to the fake pair. This is a matte. You're gonna feel this. It's gonna feel matte. This real pair right here is gloss, and you could probably tell the difference just looking at it, as well as the difference on just looking at this toe box as well. Similar scenario, you can literally see, at least I can see the differences. Other differences, if you look closely on the toe boxes, the stitching lines, you can see the difference there. But again, it's a very, very spooky fake. So spooky that we happen to run these through an app, and I could drop the app here of what happened. And I kind of just did it for the client of ours, and shouts to him for letting us borrow these. We did not purchase them. He let us borrow them. I said, hey, I'll run these through the app for you and see what they say. The app said that these were real. That's also why I'm making this video, guys, because you guys got to be careful. Sometimes an app that goes by pictures and AI and stuff like that, there's a possibility they're not correct. So if you're going to be out there spending $300, $400, $500 on an item, we want to try to help you be knowledgeable about the things to look for, because sometimes these apps will tell you something's real when in reality it's not. In my personal opinion, there's no way this is possibly a real sneaker. It's a good fake, don't get me wrong. It just doesn't make sense why this would look so much different than that. You can literally tell there's so many differences, and it's just a scary world we live in right now with the fakes, so I figured that we would show you guys some differences there. Another difference here you could look at is these two. The camera could probably catch it. Maybe there's a faint color difference, and again, all these are very, very small differences. I mean, even Jordan's body looks a little more chubby on this one, but again, very, very tough to tell. I figured I would bring this to your attention so you guys could see what we see and just bring awareness on what's going on. Most likely, Berwin's gonna take both of these sneakers and do some side-by-side comparisons. Y'all could really see how different they look next to each other, the colors, the air bubble. But again, I must say it is very close. It is very close. On camera, I'd assume it might not look very close, because right now, this just looks crazy, and this this just doesn't. This just looks like they were overdoing it with the suede. Like, look at that. That's absurd. That's like brick by brick suede, right? And the real pair doesn't have that. So yeah, I don't know. I figured I'd bring this to you guys' attention. Hopefully I could save a life or two. Someone out there who found a pair on Facebook Marketplace and, you know, thinks they're getting a really good deal. They might stop and say, hey, maybe I'll wait and see if I could get these from a legitimate store because I don't want to risk it. Another thing to look at, I guess, we could look at the back of the tongues, because I quickly noticed that that color is different as well, right? First off, the tongue on the authentic pair is definitely smaller. It's not as easy to pull up. This fake pair is just super like flimsy. You can easily do that. This is a lot harder to do. I mean, look at the different oranges, guys. This one right here looks more of like a yellowish orange. That one right there is definitely, I guess, more bright. And I'd assume that if you look closely at the Undefeated detailing, right? Even again, how I could just do this with the fake tongue, it's a lot harder to do that with the real one, right? You see that, guys? Like, I don't want to push it, but it just doesn't bend. This thing is just bending. So yeah, we're looking at the Undefeated stitching and the wording. It might take me a minute to notice some differences, but yeah, now that I'm looking at it, you could tell by that line through the E, there's just a lot more space on the real pair next to the fake pair. The way the A has a line in the real pair, this A doesn't even have a line. It's like a dot. They definitely did not do the best. And again, I could go on and on about this. It's just, I figured that I would show you guys because again, it's spooky out here. We don't want anyone to lose their money on buying a sneaker like this. And again, one thing that's really important to realize, guys, if it's too good to be true, just stay away. No one's out there selling these for $250. If you're getting a super good deal on an exclusive sneaker or an exclusive item, just be wary. Make sure you do your Googles, all that stuff. I didn't check YouTube to see if there was a comparison video up, but I figured we could throw this up there and show you guys because again, it's just super spooky. One thing also before I forget to mention is I know everyone out there, we love these black lights. We think these black lights could show us everything. They're getting better. Don't just rely on a black light to tell if your sneaker is real or fake, because these have no issues via black light when it comes to ghost stitching, right? Every time we take out the black light, we look for ghost stitching. They have gotten a lot better at that, not just on the 4s, but on other fakes as well. So sometimes you got to just like put the black light aside and really take a look at what you're about to purchase. And you know, if you have a real one handy, you can put them next to each other and double check those things, because I feel like the black light stuff was going on 5-6 years ago. You know, people who make these shoes, they catch on and understand they have to fix that, and they fixed it, as you can clearly see. When it comes to the app saying that these are real, not bashing the app, because the apps, you know, they will help here and there, but don't just make that the clear-cut definition of if something's real or fake. Try to find someone who can really put the shoe in their hands, take a look at it, someone who has a real shoe with a real receipt from the real company, all that stuff, because again, guys, you don't want to be out here buying fake shoes thinking they're real. If you want to buy a fake shoe because you want to save some money, you know, that's on you. You know, buying fake shoes, selling fake shoes as real, stuff like that definitely is not cool. So if we could help someone out there stop from getting caught up in this madness, that's what this video is for. So yeah, that about wraps it up. I appreciate you guys for watching. Hopefully I helped you guys get some education on what to look for if you are shopping for this pair and you want to make sure not to buy a fake pair. Hope everyone has a good one. Thank you guys for the support. Catch you guys next time.